Hi everybody again. I'm on the live broadcast, and today I want to share for the whole world this book. This book, actually, name of this book is Painful Russia. But how we understand that part of time, it's 19th century, that in 1897, in Russian Empire, it was like parts of different countries. Like, for example, for today it's Russian Federation, and for that time it was like community, or like United States of America, but United States of Russian Empire. And this fifth tome book is about Ukraine at that time. And my mission that I understand that now I should do it is read this book and share it with the audience, because currently my country in horrible situation. Our neighbor Russia come to us with war, with terroristical attacks, a lot of dangerous situation all over the Ukraine, a lot of fear, a lot of scary, ugly, unhumanity things that Russian troops, Russian military organization, Russian extremists are continue doing right now in Ukraine. And I'm staying in quite plus minus more safe place, thanks for our army, thanks for our forces that help me to be in safe place right now. But each day I hear more and more how bombing Kiev, because I'm 100 kilometers from Kiev, and some fights are going and surrounding that place where I'm currently staying. So we hear everything. We watch and read news about everything that will happen in Ukraine, and all Ukrainians, whenever they will be, they try to support Ukraine, to help in some cases. And I understand that if I have this historical artifact like this book, from the last part of 19th century, so I can present it and I can share it with people to avoid, to stop Russian propaganda that the Ukrainians modern, only very young country without any history. It's no even Ukraine at all. And here it is. It's like proof. This book is proof that Ukraine was currently presented on the earth, and Ukraine will be on earth. So let's try read and translate it in English. So first of all, I wanted to share with you, to show you the first page of this book. This book, you see, first sentence and title: Little Russia, Podolia, and Volyn. Second sentence, it is about Poltavska, Chernigivska, Volynska, Podolska, Kharkiv, and Kievan gubernia. It's like place on like more, when it was King Nikolai II and other stuff. It was like gubernias, like not district, not community, not region. Some place where people live and how yeah. And here it is like Poltavska and their shields, and Ukraine, Kiev looks like this, shields, and Kievan, it is with angel who stand with a sword. And let's continue watch it. Ukrainian humans. Their special Ukrainian things and difference, common things, characteristics of the type, their mindsets and their knowledge that they share, like that old men share some knowledge. Then going the poetry from A. Толстой. Ты знаешь край, где все обилием дышит, где реки льются чище серебра, где ветерок степной ковыль колышет, в вишневых рощах тонут хутора. Среди садов деревья гнутся долу, и до земли висит их плод тяжелый, и чист, и тих, и ясен свод небес. Шумя тростник над озером трепещет, косарь поет, коса звенит и блещет, вдоль берега стоит кудрявый лес, а к облакам клубятся над водою, бежит дымком сияющим струёю, туда, где сердцу было так легко, туда, где всем сердцем я стремлюся, где из цветов венок плетет Маруся, о старине поет слепой Грицько. Translation. You know the place where everything is growing so rich, where rivers more clean than silver, where wind and small homes of inhabitants of Ukrainians and wind surrounding these houses surround gardens with flower trees where when apples growing on the branches, these branches goes down to the earth so heavy. So this also about this and clean and quiet and bright, the cupol of sky. Noise of trostnik, it's something growing near lakes. On over the lake or lakes, like and man with a special device for cutting the harvest, kosa. And this коса, it's zing and bright. By the river on the side where it is it is like sand, stay curved forest, and to the sky, and the sky like something doing up the under the water. It's like a small river in the sky. Is smoke, maybe from fireplace of the houses. And the after right, this place where my heart was so cool, so easy. At that place where I'm trying to be there for all of my heart, where from flowers girl Malorossia create this flower crown, and about this old time sing playing Russco, who on the bandura playing these old stories of Ukrainians. Что представляет собою в настоящее время Украина? Was presented the Ukraine at that time in 1897. I wanted to notify you that everything in this book, not everything, but more often than ethnonym Ukraine, they use Little Russia. So I will change this Little Russia to Little Rus. It was Kievan Rus, so it is Little Rus. So I will change everything and everywhere to modern name of Little Rus. Of this name of this country was also like Beautiful Rus, or like gold. We have червоне, like red Rus, and Little Rus. So for now, and in this book also, they use Ukraine. So I don't want to Russia have a chance, or Russian dictator have a chance to manipulate through historical moments. And Ukraine is Ukraine. Ukraine was Ukraine now, and Ukraine will be. So after right, what is the modern Ukraine at that time? Которое прошлое отразилось на страницах истории столь яркими, подчас глубоко симпатичными, эпизодическими, проходящими перед нами живыми группами исторических сцен. That the past of this country going bright, sometimes like deeply nice historical scene, like historical episodes, typical men's humans behaviors with so dramatic feelings that author like really want to understand and like interpret this historical basement, historical knowledge, and memory, historical memory, and present time, at that time, like nobody knows in Russian Empire what does it mean Ukraine for real. They ask themselves, what is Ukraine? We know this Ukraine like something old, something that was, and now what does it mean Ukraine? And they also ask, we understand that it is not right values given to Ukrainian nation. Недостаточно оценено. Что такое теперь эта Украина? Ответ на этот вопрос и составит предмет этого очерка. The question, what is the Ukraine? And the answer on this question, it is this book. Говоря проще, историческое прошлое Малороссии представляет непрерывный ряд поэтических, исполненных яркими цветности и глубочайшим драматизмом трилогии, в которой главные действующие лица входят на исторические подмостки и сходят с них, окутанные той же подкупающее воображение дымкой легендарности, гримированные той же героическую окраску, как и избалованные, можно сказать, мировой славой, мировой памятью, всеми знакомыми, широкими, со школьной скамьи, всеми цитируемыми, постоянно воспеваемыми историческими деятельными классикой классической Греции и Рима. Эти полумифические, и там дальше сейчас будет перечисление этих героев. When we tell easy, the historical past of Ukraine, it is like unstoppable, maybe like unstoppable process of this poetical, very bright and dramatic trilogies. I don't know why you use the trilogies. In the main characters of this scene, it is people or person who feeling like something magical, something from the past, something heroical, real heroical, and the after compare Ukrainians with Greek. And here it is, I want to explain you a little bit more. So how you understand that Ukraine, it is, it's quite country. So we don't have a lot of people who are streaming, who have their channels on YouTube, and maybe they have their Instagram accounts, and you can see their families, and you can see their photos from the Instagram. But in general, Ukraine really focused on their own personal, private life. So this from beginning, it was the most important. It is house where the family living, and the place where they playing, the backyard, and some nature treasures like trees, forests, rivers, and culture going through songs, through some poetry. Still, Ukraine, it is the most bright countries that present themselves through some artists, some singers like Jamala, like I don't know, Sofia Rotaro, like Nadia Doroфеева, or Квітка Цисик, та багато інших, and a lot of different other people who are present Ukraine. And this after compare with Greece. And if we will look at the past and understand the geographical placement of Ukraine, we understand that Ukraine is quite easy to the central part of the civilization. Civilization is, I understand that the whole world have their own civilization, in China also, and in America, and in India and Africa, of course, but Africa have their, for example, if pyramids, the old cultures staying is here, and this Babylon there, and Israel here, and you understand that this is Turkey and Europe, and Ukraine is here. So Greece, where is Greece? Greece is there, Italy is there, and Greece is there, and Greece have interests on the Black Sea. So Black Sea is Crimea, it's Odessa, it's Olbia. It is through the river, the quite in a rapid way you can go to Kiev. So this place where Slavic people are living for a long time, and previous to them it was Scythian. It was even some 3,000 before the Christ was born. Some cultures like Tripolia. So here it is for a long time living people, and the author of this book share with us idea that we can compare Greece culture with Ukrainian culture, and in the same way. And let's read continue. So Greek and Rome culture, Roman culture. Эти полумифические Приам и Гекуба, Гектор и Андромаха, Патрокл и Ахилл, хитрец Одиссей и Пряха, Пенелопа, Ментор и Телемак, Перикл и Аспазия, Повеса, Аликват и даже его бесхвостая собака, Плешивый Сократ и злая Ксантипа, эти Ромул и Рем с волчицу, кормилицу, Гораций и Кураций, Нума и нимфа Эгерия, Брен и его тяжелый меч, Монали, капиталистские, даже гуси, простые лапчатые гуси, целые сотни имен, известных всякому школьнику, исходящих до сих пор с языка всего человечества. И of course, it's for person who not so good in English like me, it will be quite difficult to translate these historical and mythic characters from Greece and Rome. So let's try Priam and Hecuba, Hector and Andromache, Patroclus and Achille, Odyssey, and who's created this tiny, just wait a minute. Spinner,
a thread,
who created a thread, Penelope, Mentor and Telemac, Pericle and Aspasia, like funny Alexevat, and his without tail dog, Socrat, his dog named Socrat, and bad, not like Xantipa, and Rommel and Ram, with wolf who gives milk to like their sons. I remember this from the stories. Garazzi and Curiaci, Numa, and Nympha Egeria, Bran and his heavy swan, Manly, Capitoli, and even Dax, Goosey.
Geese.
Geese, and even geeses. Geese.
Гуси. Geese.
Geese. Just simple, plow geese.
Porgies.
Pow.
Porgies.
Pow geese. And some hundreds and hundreds of names well known for each student in the school, and they're still on the mouth of the whole humanity. And in this same way, is the history of Ukraine so bright, shine on from that historical darkness. И в известной степени история Малороссии ярко выступает из исторического мрака своей картинностью. Исторические имена, начинаешь с вишневецкого байты, пьющего горилочку и висящего на крюку в Стамбуле, с Сагайдачного, променявшего жену на тютюн и трубку, с Наливайка, о странице и кончая Богданом Хмельницким с его чайкою небогою. Дорошенко, что ведет свое войско хорошенько, 70-летним старцем Мазепою, безумно влюбленную в свою крестницу, молоденькую и хорошенькую Мотрю Кочубей. Все эти имена и героические картинность, исторически неувядаемая ценность, потому именно являются такими неувядаемыми, яркими, что к созданию их исторических обликов приложено творчество народного духа, что народная память прикрепила их имена как яркие пятна к бесцветным страницам истории серых масс народных, именно большими сравнительно участием народного творчества в создании образов исторических деятелей мы объясняем неистираемость исторической памяти с безмерных имен Греции и Рима, и в масштабе Украины это такие же моменты. So, yeah, how I say that in the same way how this author of this book compare Greece and Rome historical characters, they compare with Ukrainian, and this author tried to explain like historical names like Vishnevetsky, Baida, Vishnya, it is cherry, cherry and Baida, who drink Harilka, it is like vodka, it's like spirit, Harilka, Harilочку, and his some story how he was on hanging on a hook. If you want to understand this, like historical like stories, we all should to find it and try to understand what does it mean, this story about when Cherwan Baida, Vishnevetsky Baida was hanging on a hook, who drink spirit in Istanbul, and Sagaidachny, who exchanged his wife on a pipe with tobacco. And from Nalivaika, when you lay something, pours
vodka.
Pours something, pours горилка, a страница, and like to Bogdan Khmelnytsky with his Chaiku, like it is about his, I guess it's about his ship Chaika, and he was fall in love. Doroshenko, who bring his troops good, Doroshenko, who ведет свое войско хорошенько. And 70 years old man Mazepa, who like crazy crash on his god daughter, крестницу. Wait a minute. Goddaughter.
Goddaughter.
Motra Kochubey. All these names and his historical like pictures, historical values, exactly so bright. And why is this so bright? Because they was created by people who are living on this territory. Folk, only folk, you know. Folk is create these stories, these names. Folk spirit, народный дух, folk spirit, что народная память прикрепила их имена как яркие пятна. That folk memory put their names like bright spots, like bright spots on a historical like on history of this place, in the same way like Greece and Rome, and maybe in the same maßstab. Maybe in Rome and Greece it's more like huge, but Ukraine also have absolutely for at the time it was 20 million people who live there. Now it's more than whole over the world. Ukraine it's more like 16 millions, and in Ukraine living before the war 43 millions, 42. So I remember a time when in Ukraine lives 45 millions, 52 millions it was. So it's a huge amount of people who are living here, and they have this their bright history, and after write about it. Сведения о современной Малороссии являются в русском обществе каким-то несвязанным обрывками, иногда ничего не объяснявшими, какими-то слухами, не всегда основательными. Так что цельного представления о современной Украине, об ее общественном, экономическом и культурном состоянии, нуждах, стремлениях, об ее, сказать, жизненно реальном и нравственном инвентаре составить было довольно сложно и невозможно, потому что все интересовавшиеся Украиной, изучавшие ее преимущества, тяготело памятью, знаниями, симпатиями к грустному и поэтическому прошлому этой страны. All knowledge that we have about modern Ukraine in the last part of 19th century. It's 19th century. Now it's 21st century, yeah, at least 19th century. So all the knowledge that they have about Ukraine, about modern Ukraine, was presented in a Russian society, like not combine it. Incoherent. Disjointed.
Разрозненный.
Yeah.
incoherent,
incoherent. All the knowledge about modern Ukraine for Russian society, for society of others in all over the world was
incoherent,
incoherent. Incoherent parts. Sometimes nothing explain some rumors, слухами, rumors. Not usually like fully truth, and nobody can understand nothing about modern Ukraine, their needs, their society, their economical and the culture, their стремлениях. It's like foreheads, pursuits.
pursuit,
Their pursuits, they know nothing about this. At their like life realities and нравственность, moral baggage, moral baggage. They after write that it's impossible to understand for that time what the Ukraine is, because everything that for at that time they know about Ukraine, it was more about her past. Ukraine, about his poetry of the past of that country, and the present was in shadow at the time, and was сирота, or orphaned,
orphaned,
orphaned. It was like orphaned. But again, not forget that it is like a perception of Russian historical. Yes, this book fully stay on the research that did Ukrainian fields, Ukrainian lovers, some son and daughters of Ukraine who write their исследования, researches. They compiled their researches about Ukraine. It was doing, but composed in this book was by Russians who do not know anything about Ukraine. You see, they do not anything that time, and they do not anything now, and they do this horrible terror currently in our country with bombing, with full of terror, extremists, some dangerous thing. It is real dangerous. You know that I'm each day when I woke up, we write in a messenger with our community that thank God we wake up today, and each moment when I go on my backyard and play with dog and live my life, I feel huge gratitude for our country, for our forces, for our neighbors who help us, who support us, for our friends who support us, and I feel really bad things for people and terrorists who create this catastrophe on Ukraine right now. It's again, this reading of this book, it's in some case like some bracket that we put on this wall of understanding difference between Russia and Ukraine. We need to bring this wall to our community, to our society, to split these things, because you see, Russian president, their leader leader is the most richest person in the whole world, one of the richest person in the whole world, who think that he is God. He thinks that he is king. He thinks that he can do wherever he wants, wherever what in his mind became. And some historical, maybe some supporters, or I don't know, write for him some speeches, and did some researches, and they say that Ukraine, it is not a country. Their people are less values than other people, and this book is proof of other part, real part. It's like certificate.
Certificate. Evidence.
It's evidence, proof, testimony, argument, demonstration, witness, evidence. It is data, information, records, facts about Ukraine at the time. So the present time of Ukraine is a shadow, and only now Ukraine, not in archive, not from the graves, not fairy tales, and not from songs, but live, modern, working, and a bit lazy, rich and poor. Only now, live Ukraine are presented from a saying very good learning, and I should to say the truth. In this case, so many things are did at the last time. In some short periods of time, they find a lot of real values with high value, these materials. That when we learn these materials, we can see the modern oblique. Appearance, the modern shape, the modern appearance of Ukraine. This shape full, the whole sides, they are standing by their own, human organize of the country, so with physical and political processes. It is time to learn it more. The heavy researchers from Pepe Chubinsky, from Michalchuk, and others was posted in the last time in a few heavy books. They are present by themselves so treasures, mass, a lot of treasures, in подавляющим своим богатством, разнообразием и полного сведения, что вполне усвоение их и воспроизведение живого современного облика Украины возможно только при усидчивом изучении этого богатства, этого богатого наследства, завещанного науке на вечные времена двумя упомянутыми даровитыми тружениками. And they write about that so much of information about the Ukraine, and we should spend a lot of time to understand the whole amount of these treasures. And and here in this book they will try to in short way, in composed way, to share this knowledge with the readers, with future people who will live on the earth. Yeah, and they wanted to share with us full but in short. Под именем Украина в настоящее время понимается известная группа южно-русских губерний, хотя в сущности само понятие Украины не вполне уловимо, так как в государственном смысле оно выражает собой нечто неполное, неопределенное, а в самом смысле этнографическом оно осложняется тем, что украинцами призывают себя и те этнографические разветвления украинского племени, которые территориально почти не связаны с Украиной, как, например, украинцы черноморские, донские, даже турецкие в Добрудже. So by the name of Ukraine, in the modern time, it's a group of South Rus here for Russia, for Russian understanding, it is their country, yeah. They do not name this its south part. They name only this part that they're like more close to Ukraine. So they name this part like South Rus, and of course it's more about this territory of modern Ukraine. So by the name of Ukraine, at that time it was Malorossia, like second name. And in the current time, we understand the group of South Rus territory, but the name of Ukraine not full explain it, because Ukrainians people name themselves even in Don region in Russia, and even in Turkey in some places like Добрудж. Площадь, на которой в разные времена осела и поныне сидит население, говорящее украинской или южно-русской речью, приблизительно захватывает 13500 квадратных миль. Речь эта звучит в устах почти 20 миллионов душ обоего пола, очень крупная ветка славянского дерева. The square size of Ukraine were in different times sitting and now is presenting a humanity, people who speak on Ukrainian, who live on a huge territory like 13,500 square miles. This language use 20 million souls of both genders. This is a huge branch of Slavic trees. One Ukrainian branch is presented by themselves this territory like Kievan, Волынскую, Подольскую, Черниговскую, за исключением уездов Суражского, Могилевского, Стародубского и Новозыбковского. Это, я думаю, it's more like modern Malorossia. So Malorossia is here. Ukraine is blue one. and Black Sea here, Turkey there, and Italy is light blue here, and France and England here. So it's, you see these countries, it's like it's real old part of the world. And Ukraine, of course, very old and beautiful country. So yeah, Харьковскую, Екатеринославскую, Херсонскую, Таврическую, Таври. It's close to Crimea places. Перекопского перешейка, уезды Кабринский, Брестский, Брест. Холл Пружанский, соус угол. Corner, South Corner, Слонимского, the part of Бельский, and the south line of Белостокского, Градненской губернии, Пинский и часть Мазырского. Давайте, let's translate губернию. Province. Province. So some part of Minsk province, it's with Malorossia, and Суджанский, Грайворонской, Белгородской, Belgorod, it's Russia now, Старооскольский, Путивльский, большую часть Новооскольского и наполовину Рильской, Курской, Курск, губернии, Бирючевской, Коротояский, Острогожский, Павловский, почти весь Валуйский, the third part of Богучарского, Воронеж province, Воронеж province, Хатинский, Bessarabian province, Bessarabia is Odessa, modern Odessa now. The east half of Lublin province and the south part of Sidletской, and наконец the whole earth soil of Black Sea Kazakhs. They lives near Black Sea, and also these families and the people of Ukraine are growing in some part of Russia, near the Don, and in province Милском, Донецком, Саратовской, Самара, Астраханской, Оренбургской. Этот восточный клин иногда, разрываясь, тянется очень далеко до самого Амура, until Amur, за пределами же Russia, from the Russia side, Ukrainians historical and territory was in Austro-Vengria and in Halys, Чертковский, Тарнопольский, Золочевский, Жолковский, third part of Буковина, Коломийский, Станиславский, Бежанский, Львован, Львивский, Старожийский, Самборский, Перемышльский, Санотский, and south corner of Sandicevskого, and in Hungary it's Komitati, Marmarosский, Brezhский, Ugorский, Ungvarский, and the biggest part of Сукмарского, Соболческого и Землинского, также часть Шаршского, Шаришского, и, наконец, in Turkey it is district of Dobruj, which now is under the Russian soldiers, and at the same time Ukrainian soldiers. So you know that the Ukraine live on some territories, and then when Russia through this empire hands, they go through Ukrainians to their territory where Ukrainians are living. So they write about this. So let's continue. Словесная культура этого 20-миллионного племени отличается замечательным творчеством, далеко еще не исчерпано собирателями этого творчества Максимович, а тут он перечисляет. Verbal culture from these 20 million inhabitants tribe, race,
Tribe. Rasa. Race.
So race. Takes yeah. Tribe. So they use race or tribe, the meaning. So verbal culture of this 20 millions tribe, this 20 millions race that are different from other their wonderful creativity.
Творчество.
Aura. Creation.
Творчество. Creation.
The different, their wonderful creation. And a lot of people who are learning this like baggage of art and the culture, like Maximovich, Knyazem, Prince, Цертелевым, Лукашевичем, Миглинским, Закревским, Номисом, Лавренком, Рученком, Кулешом, Шейковским, Гацуком, Ilinskim. It's the name of people who are learning about the Ukraine. Номисом, Лавренком, Рученком, Кулешом, Шейковским, Гацуком, Ilinskim, Русовым, Костомаровым, Срезневским, Гительбрантом, Лозинским, Жиготою, Головацким, Паули, Вацлавом, Залесским, Зинкевичем, Руликовским, Стецким, Новосельским и в особенности Чубинским, Антоновичем and Dragomanov. Antonovich and Dragomanov. And we should also to mention about very huge work of Yefimenko, Kupchenko, and Lanchevskого. This treasure of verbal culture are presented that themselves not only in the side of inside of meanings, the same motifs that are going to ideals and some types, but at the same time to the material, how they say they have common elements in the word, in some constructions with etymology forms and phonetic differences. There's some voice differences of language, speech, of words. As going to common linguistical rules that are create in the whole в совокупности totality, in the complex. They are going to one this folk, Ukrainian folk. So for the author of this book, for him it's strange because they understand that they are like spread the huge territory, but they have common things. How? Because a culture, it is culture. In South Russian, huge family of different parts of families, they can find that like blow mind that they have the less minus plus minus the same mindset, мировоззрение. Worldview, ideology, world outlook. They have common outlook. In the same way, I like explaining in huge space of this soul's territory. In their religion, rituals, in their religion ceremonies, in their songs, in their legend, in their fairy tales, in their idioms, in their thing that for thinking, and they are the same, like in Dnipro, and the same is the same in Carpathian Mountains. The same in Belovezhska Pusha, and the same in some souls lanes, steppes, prairie. Okay. The same on the side of sea, and the same in Volga and over the Volga River. They live side by side with Kyrgyzskim, Kalmyckim, Usuna. They told about this Kazakh territory, where actually I was born in Kazakhstan. Yeah, because of mix of people at the time in Soviet Union, and And this all like combined in one prince or Sir of Chubinsky. Character of Ukrainian. They have typical and similar черты, things, traits, alignment.
Traits.
So they have similar traits, like in their worldview, in their outlook, and these traits, they blow mind of researcher in Bukovina, in Dobruch, in Kiev, and in some steppe Saratovskai, Balandie, or Machuhia. These common things, the most bright, and they say by themselves in the whole going to of human who live on the territory for thinkable reviewing. Задумчивая созерцательность.
Thoughtful contemplation. Thoughtful contemplation.
Thoughtful contemplation.
Thoughtful contemplation.
In their, so Ukrainians are thoughtful contemplation.
Thoughtful contemplation.
Contemplation. So I can look to the some like element and think and have thoughts about this, and look more deeper and look inside the object and understand the building, how they are creating. So guys, since 1 hour on prime time, and I'm really thankful for everyone who watched this video, and I understand that in this difficult time I have to read all this book in different language, and that this is my like research, and I really like, and I really will do it, and I understand that it's really important to share this information with others. To be continued, because it is really interesting, and please watch my other reading or watch the video where I share the images of this book, and I just wanted to so I'm stopped read here. And let's say finish this part of text. So thoughtful contemplation.
Thoughtful contemplation.
Contemplation. Sorry for it's new words, and maybe in some cases I will be with you guys learn the English who maybe from other parts of the world, because this video is supposed to be more video for all the world, and I understand that English, it is a common Esperanto of our days, and I just wanted to share with you guys on this Esperanto something, these treasures about Ukrainian nation, so we stopped on the thoughtful contemplation. It's common thing for Ukrainians, and they're under the soul lyric nature. their comic part, like Turgenev think to show that in some way Ukrainians it's enough to take bandura. It's old, very nice instrument, and sing. I play, and sing. Sorry. So I'm playing, and feel like everything about the world, and when with this human, with the Ukrainian man, take this bandura and start playing something, they start crying at the same time. And Gogol, very good saying that Ukrainian humor with dramatic parts in their death sentence, through the presented for the whole world, they laugh, they hide their tears. So we are present some funny moments about us, about some moments in the life we are laughing, but at the same time under this laughing and behind this laugh, it is tears of our like difficult time. And today, I want to end this видео with these words. Сквозь видимый миру смех зрим невидимые слезы. And let's translate it through the translator. Сквозь видимый миру смех мы видим невидимые слезы.
Through the laughter visible to the world, we see invisible tears.
Through the laughter visible to the world, we see invisible tears.
Through the laughter visible to the world, we see invisible tears.
This laughter visible for the world, and through this laughter that visible to the world, we see invisible tears. So please, guys, everyone in the world, please to be with Ukraine. Please support Ukraine. Please be with us, be part of us, and try to change the situation. Try to help us in all ways that you can. We have to, we must, to stop this aggression, this terrorism. We should even name it in this way, because if 109 children are killed on our territory in a moment by one person who organized their troops and bring their forces, their military organization with extremist ideology or without any ideology. If this person kill our children on our private territory, it's horrible. It's a dangerous act of genocide. It is something that we all should say to these things, not doing this. Did you hear me well? You're not allowed to do it. And if you will continue, you will pay more and more big price for this disaster. So thank you guys for support Ukraine, and I believe in Ukraine. I believe in all the world that we will be united and that we will bring our peacekeeping mission to Ukraine and save Ukraine and Ukrainians and save each house. And this house also, because of this house, can be destroyed because in less than 70 kilometers and 30 kilometers at that side, we have a lot of bombs who are bombing our territory. So please guys, stand with Ukraine, stop the war, close the sky, bring peacekeeping mission to Ukraine, and I pray to God that we will live and this horrible terrorist will pay the big price for this let's say, find the right word, tragedy. Violence and crime.
Violence and crime.
Yeah, so Putin did a lot of violence and crime on our private territory, and we trying to stop him, and we will continue to it. So thank you guys, everybody, and let's do it together. Let's stay with Ukraine. See ya. I will try to record more and more video like this to explain the situation in Ukraine and explain even let's start with this book. So I will find a way how it's useful for me to translate it quickly, and if some, please put your YouTube on 175 or on 2x speed, and I just see the mission of my own to share with you these ideas of Ukraine, about Ukraine. Thank you so much, and see ya. Bye. Thank you for watching. Bye.